Phablets are a standout of the crowd sort of device. The obvious point here is of course the blown out phone to head ratio that people can't easily ignore. This will detract for some. I see phablets in a different light now. They're for the power user bridging the smartphone tablet divide, and that usually comes at a cost such a niche consumer base is willing to bear. Nokia thoughtfully offered an affordable variant, which shocked me, I must say. I'm Kurt, and this is the Nokia Lumia 1320. Let's get into it thanks to mobicity.com. I will start by praising the Lumia 1320's 9.8mm thickness. While the overall dimensions are large due to the 6-inch panel, the device still slid easily into my pockets and didn't cause me any great issues under normal circumstances. The display is characteristically skewed towards the top of the device, with a larger bezel at the base accommodating the capacitive buttons. This will frustrate those who prefer design symmetry. For me, it was the fact the capacitive buttons did not light up that provoked my annoyance. It is a small thing that Nokia likes to leave off many mid-range devices, and a practice I would love to see stopped. The bezels at the edge are minor, and I found two-handed operation unrestricted. The physical buttons running down the right offer a slight glossy distinction from the matte casing, but ultimately are cut extremely close to the surface and take time to distinguish, but function was accurate. Unlike the 1520's pointed look, the 1320 is a more blown out Lumia 625 with a humbled rounding across the corners and rear surface. The rear casing peels away easily from the bottom corners to expose the micro SIM card tray and micro SD card slot. The 1320 feels very solid with the case secured, and at 220 grams is a noticeable weight by comparison to other phablets. It's a hard device to fault design wise because it sticks with a simple yet timeless formula. Plus, it is the first time Nokia has delivered this type of device in this price bracket, so it's inherently original. But it is a very good build quality and one I don't rate any less than the premium Lumia 1520. The vast rear surface has only very small spots at the top for the LED flash and camera, and a tiny slit for the loudspeaker with slight razors added thoughtfully to stop the speaker getting muzzled on your desk. Internally, there is stark differences between the two phablets Nokia offers. The Lumia 1520 was praised for its guts that blazed along with all the flagship Android devices around. The 1320 brings back a more subdued chipset in the form of a Qualcomm Snapdragon S4 dual-core 1.7GHz CPU, Adreno 305 GPU and 1GB of RAM. While this seems mediocre and fitting of a mid-tier device, it's not by Nokia standards. We can't forget this is a slightly faster clock chipset than was in their flagship Lumia 925 that I reviewed only 6 months ago. And for Windows phones, such a chipset operates with next to no lag. It is smooth and quick, not as zippy with more intensive operations like the 1520, but not bad at all. LTE connectivity sweetens the deal. This should be commonplace, but a feature omitted based on certain markets, and thankfully Nokia sees the 1320 going global. The quality of reception was high. Call quality in particular was excellent, however I found call volume a little weak at times. It doesn't feature Wi-Fi model 802.11 AC reverting only to N, but does have Bluetooth 4.0, FM radio, accelerometer, proximity sensor, gyro, micro USB version 2.0, 8GB of onboard storage, and an expandable memory slot for up to 64GB micro SD card. Seemingly, it has its bases covered. The non-removable 3400 mAh lithium-ion battery provides more than a day's charge. I found it would take me well into day 2 for all charges. On continuous HD video playback, it could see me through over 7 hours. The defining feature of the Lumia 1320 is the 6-inch IPS LCD with its 720 by 1280 pixel resolution. This sits it at around 245 ppi pixel density, and yes, on close inspection, pixels are visible. In standard operation, with a less than discerning eye, you will be completely enveloped by the quality and experience that this panel enables. It comes with Nokia's clear black technology, which permits deep color tones and blacks while retaining pure whites. But color tone isn't an issue because you can amend the palette to taste. It's all protected by Gorilla Glass 3, which sits the 1320 in my opinion above class. It's preloaded with Windows Phone 8 and running Lumia Black. I've said it in many reviews of other Nokia devices running this iteration of Windows Phone that I don't feel as behind the game by not having an Android or iOS device as I used to. The store is full of plenty of your favorite apps. Those that aren't there usually have a web app that can be easily pinned to the start. The included applications have easy form and function. They just aren't as aesthetically appealing, I find, due to the text-based interface and block color style. Customization is there through color selections of the theme, and layout can be tweaked through the tiles. The display size permits that additional row of the medium-sized tile, which is a perfect place to run your most frequently used apps for ease of use. Out of the box, Nokia includes many of its great applications. The Nokia camera app is missing but can be found in the store thankfully, and in the settings I swiftly changed it to be the default camera app when quick launching with the shutter button. Office is as always present and unfortunately becoming less of a perk now considering Android offers the comprehensive Quick Office. The Lumia 1320 definitely delivers an immersive smartphone experience. It's wonderful for web browsing and social media, but really finds its market when you come to gaming and media playback. HD content comes through beautifully and the quality of the loudspeaker is actually quite impressive. The volume reached a very high level and the quality of the sound was rich with good tonal range. Gaming was a definite joy, and something I think is understated by most when reviewing phablets. The 6-inch screen size is a perfect size to play more precise games. The one shortcoming of the 1320, and something I appreciate for cost but which wasn't the case, the camera is a massive step down from what I found to be the best smartphone camera in the Lumia 1520. It is a generic 5 megapixel main shooter capable of 1080p video but mundane performance in low light and standard images a day. The front-facing VGA camera is exactly what you expect a VGA camera to be. But let's face it though, in this bracket, it's well on par without exceeding its competition optically. At the end of the day, in my eyes, the Lumia 1320 is still a damn fine unit. It has a price point that gives you a power user's persona. The amazing build quality, immersive media experience, and faultless OS performance makes this big boy a really smart move by Nokia. But I'm torn. For an extra $250, you can pick up the Lumia 1520 that has an even more premium build, flagship internals that leave it unrivaled for a Windows phone, 1080p display, and the best smartphone camera experience money can buy. I would buy the 1520 for the optics alone, but I understand if you're watching this, you're likely on a smaller budget, and I would not look past the Lumia 1320. Links are provided below to grab one from mobicity.com. I'm Kurt, and this is KABOOtech. Catch you next time.